First of all, I want to thank everybody who's been tuning in to Tales from the Jails. Now listen, we need everybody to do something for us. If you really like what you see on Tales from the Jails, you're really interested in what you see on Tales from the Jails, we need you to go to YouTube at Tales from the Jails and become a member. Subscribe as well, but also become a member. That way you can get updated on all the new content as we continue to bring you these amazing episodes. So we want everyone to go to YouTube at Tales from the Jails and become a member.
As y'all heard it, go to YouTube at Tales from the Jails and become a member. We got an array of content that's coming out that you will be thoroughly entertained by. As you can see by the content that's previously been released, you're entertained by. It's only gonna get better. I'm telling you, there is only up to go. And we wanna thank y'all for rocking with us, man, and listening to the awareness that we're bringing about prison life. So go to where again, bro?
Go to YouTube at Tales from the Jails and become a member.
YouTube at Tales from the Jails, and please become a member.
What's up, everybody, and welcome everybody to another episode of Tales from the Jails. We got a special guest today, but firstly, I want to introduce my counterpart. As you already know, Brahim Jackson is here with me. Well, we got our guest. What's up, Philly? Come on, Philly. Come on, Philly. Come on, Philly.
Come on, Philly.
We got our guy here today, man. Tell him who you are, man. Tell him what's going on.
Motivate Youth 215. Come on, Philly. Come on, Philly. Come on, Philly.
Yeah.
I'm an advocate for the city, man. The good, the bad, and the ugly. That's what I am.
So I know I talked to you before about coming up here. I think some things happened. We couldn't get it done, but you're here now. So as you know, our platform is used and designed to deter people from prison, but also to inform those who haven't been to prison about what happens behind that wall. Also, what can lead you to going to prison, and then what also can lead you to being killed out here in these streets. So we want to make sure we spread the awareness to everyone. So how did you start your movement? What made you decide to start the Come On Philly movement?
Well, the saying was an accident. The saying was just like I just said it, and then it just like had a ring to it, and I started saying it more. But what really like amplified really of me really like being loud and boisterous on Instagram is really just the deaths. I just start seeing them all over, and every joint was like I want to say sometimes twice a week I was going to a gymnasium. You feel different people from all over because I've been in jail majority of my life. Like I got friends all over the city, and these dudes, like when you in jail, these dudes, like some people that's out here who never been, but when you in there, I see why like dudes that been in the army is close, why the cops is close. These dudes become like your comrades. So when you it's a different bond when you in jail with people. These dudes are like my brothers. And a lot of them are not from my neighborhood. They from different parts, but they still my homies. I still go to their neighborhoods. I still can call them. If I ain't talked to them 6 and 7 months, I still can call them and pull up. Then when you grow relationships with them, you get relationships with their little brothers and their little cousins and their homies. So to see so many of them getting killed left and right, it just started messing with me mentally. You know what I mean? And I just start talking and just start like, you know what? Dang, I've been in jail all my life. I've been in the streets all my life. Let me just start giving it up on Instagram.
And how much time did you do?
So I started out in the mental hospitals when I was 10. I was in 6 of them Jones. Then from the mental hospitals, Judge Reynolds hit me with juvenile life coming back in front of him. So that was 12. All the way to like 19. I came home. I wasn't even home for 6 months. I got caught out Harrisburg hustling, went up Greater Ford, came out 2 years, went up Forest. So that was my whole teenage life, all of my 20s up to my mid-30s. So pretty much all the 90s, all the 2000s, up to 2010, all the way up to like 2015, so like 10 years ago. So I've really been in and out of institutions from the time I was pretty much like 11 to like 35.
Wow.
I spent more time in institutions than I did on the streets, and I'm 42.
Did you do any fed time or was it all state time?
All state time.
And what was the crime that led you to do the most time? What was it?
Drugs. It was crack. I got caught with, I think probably, it wasn't even nothing serious. It might have been a half an ounce or an ounce or something like that, but because, you got so many priors, you feel what I'm saying? It was all drug. All I did was drug case. By the time I started hustling, I got caught. I was always a hustler. I wasn't a good drug dealer. So I always try to separate that because hustling and drug dealing, that's two different things.
So you spend a lot of time in the county, like, because the county is
all of them. I was in every county jail on State Road.
Now the county is as everyone says, it's like it's real, geographical as far as just South Philly, West Philly, North Philly, all these different neighborhoods are just put in one prison. You see a lot of stabbings, a lot of different things in there. How was that for you, just being in that type of environment when you on State Road?
It's wild. It's the county. I'm not going to hold you, man. In my era, you know what I mean? I don't know how it is now, but I know in my era, it's a dangerous place because at the end of the day, like a lot of people come in there with the perception when you in there, for one, you ain't got no gun. You just got heart. You feel what I'm saying? When you come in there, a lot of the stuff that you might think is going on is really not going on. A lot of the people that you think are somebody are really nobody in there because at the end of the day, there's no guns, it's no weapons, it's none of that. You just got pure heart. And a lot of the times, a lot of the people, what I start looking at, like even what you said down to the geographical, see, I stopped being geographical at a very young age because when I went into these facilities at a young age, I'm from South Philly, I'm from Tasker Projects. When we was young, we used to fight across the tracks, 24th Street. But when I went to the juvenile facility, my first roommate was Chink from 24th Street.
Mm-hmm.
That was my enemy when we was kids. But now we Sullies. This is my friend, and we South Philly, we small, we got to fight all these other people.
Yeah.
So it changed my perception of how I seen people that was from outside of my neighborhood. So a lot of the problems that other people had, I didn't have, because if you my man from North or you my man from Germantown, you gonna be my man whether you around South Philly people or not.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's just how I carried it, man. But for other people, it was hard. You know what I mean? It was hard, man. I seen people die in them joints. I seen people get their commissary took on a regular bait. I'm talking about dudes that people think was tough. And I watched them, man. I watched them like, man, I don't want to be in this joint. When I was going over pick, nobody, like 8 of us on the van, only 3 people wasn't like afraid. The other 5 people was like, man, I don't want to go to this joint. I ain't going over there. They killing people over there. I ain't trying to go over that joint.
Yeah, because prison. He always talk about that all the time. Just to kind of go back a little bit what you're saying. Like he always talk about how when you get to prison, it doesn't matter where the people is from. A lot of times you'll find some of your best friends behind that prison wall.
Whoa.
And you could have been an enemy on the street, or they could have been from another state. Because feds is a little different. From what he always say, like you'll be in Texas or wherever you at, and then you'll find somebody from another city that you become tight with. But upstate and in those hardships, you meet people, like you said, people from the same city you from. You get there and y'all like the best of homies because
that's the homies.
And do you think that comes from the hardship that y'all in, like the pressurized, oppressive situation that y'all in?
I think when you in prison, like this is like the prison for us is like our school of hard knocks.
Mm-hmm.
One, you get the time to really become who you are. You get the time to really think about who you really is, and then some of these people recognize each other.
Mm-hmm.
You see a dude that was your enemy, you realize he was cut from the same cloth as you. It's just that the neighborhood, the line of the neighborhood separated each other. I watched some of the craziest wars get squashed. My old head, tall head from South Philly, he was the imam upgrader for 30-something years. He came up under the tutelage of like Nudie Mims and all them bulls. I seen this with my own eyes. It was a South Philly war going on. They knew this guy from South Philly was coming into jail. Tall had made him go down to the masjid. He made him talk. Later on that night, they was eating a chi-chi together. They never had a problem. That was 23 years ago. Not too many people know that. I'm only telling y'all that, but I told other friends that, but I've seen him do that over and over again. I watch old heads in Greater Ford sit these dudes down. I mean, this dude could have killed your brother.
Yeah.
You feel he could have killed your uncle or whatever. But when they came in there, a lot of these dudes, when they get to the real stories and find out what really happened, is like some of the things that they thought happened didn't really happen. Some of the stuff that they thought was said about the other, it just didn't happen. And it's like, yo, we got to be in this joint. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all can go ahead and pick a cell. Y'all can rumble, but I ain't about to let you kill him. I knew his pop. I knew your mom. I knew his mom. I can't have that on my conscience. So y'all can't kill each other, but y'all can fight all day.
I remember something. This is the first time I actually I saw you. I was my partner. He did he was on like a podcast called Mud to the Sub, and then one day he was showing me something online, and then I got like a feed. This was I don't know. This was a while ago, and you was out southwest up there, I believe, by the graveyard. I think they was building something. It was like it was something they was building, and you was talking about it. I don't know if it was at the graveyard or something. You was talking about you like pay attention, Philly. They building this here for.
Oh yeah, I forgot exactly which drawing. I know because I did a lot. I be out and I just be showing what's going on.
You was talking about was it Cobb's Creek or something like that? It might have been down there. I think so.
Oh,
that was one of the
Tiger
first.
Woods joint?
Yeah, exactly. That was
Tiger
the first
Woods
time
joint.
the first time I ever seen you on it.
Tiger Woods joint. Yeah, that joint big. It's almost done now. Well, closely, but yeah, Tiger Woods.
I remember you was talking about that, and then I'm like, all right, you was spreading the awareness. Now, going upstate, right? You get sentenced upstate. How was that for you? Like the first time getting upstate, just like seeing that. Where did you go first anyway? And then seeing
Greater
that
Fort.
It was a Greater Fort.
I went to the Fort first. I already knew about all my mom. My mom always messed with jail dudes. Every jail dude she had, some real talk, bro. She was going up to Fort. I never went with her, but in '91, I was 9. I went to Greater Fort at 9 years old for the Scared Straight program. I went and I ended up coming back years later and meeting every last person that was in that program.
Wow.
Every single person, 9 years old. And it's so crazy because for some odd reason, it was like because of what I went through and the trauma that I already went through, I just wasn't scared because you got to understand, like, I grew up, my pop wasn't around. The streets got me at a very young age. All the anger and the aggression that I had, like, I hated everybody. I hated the world. I hated my mom, thinking that my mom made my dad leave. I hated my dad because he was a basketball player from South Philly, and I just thought he didn't want me. So I was raised on, like, a lot of hatred towards the system. That's why I was rebellious when it came to school, authority, the guards, and jail. I was just naturally rebellious. When I got to the Ford and coming into the Ford and not only just meeting them old heads who told me, a couple of them told me I would be back. They seen it. They was like, you coming back. You going to be up here.
Wow.
You can just tell. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to even hold you. The Scared Straight program, they need to bring it back. It was a good program because though it didn't get to me, I never ran across a lot of them dudes that was with me. A lot of them never came to jail. You feel a lot of them never came. There was some of them dudes was some scary dudes, man. Like, you know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I was a young boy when I was in middle school. They used to take the kids to 1801 in Vine.
1801.
And take you back.
Walk them through.
Yeah, that joke was enough for me. I said, well, I ain't going to jail. They had them banging on the
Yeah. I was one of them. I was one of the kids. You coming in here with us.
Yeah.
You gonna come in here.
That had me, I was like, no, I ain't. That made me like, no, I ain't trying to go to prison. I'm like, yo, that joke had me like, I'm a young boy. I'm probably like 6th, 7th grade. They walking us through the cells. And it's like they banging on the plastic glass back there. I'm like, man, nah,
I was
man.
one of them kids.
That was it for me. But now you get to the Ford, right?
Yeah.
And you said you've been there on the Scared Straight program as a kid, but getting there and actually being able to, actually going to be housed in that facility. How was it? What was your mindset? Like seeing the wall all over again, seeing everything all over again. What was you thinking?
Well, it was two different sides. When we came into the Scared Straight program, we was like in the front. We ain't come in the back, and like where you be housed at. But to see how long the block was, like I'm like, damn, we all on one block. You feel me? Like this is one block. It's 1,000 people on this block, and then because I was from South Philly, my mom's husband, he was from Carpenter Street. I'm not gonna even hold you. The Ford wasn't where I learned a lot at, because it made me comfortable. My mom's husband grew up on Carpenter Street. All the old heads from Carpenter Street was up there, so they made sure I was cool. My homies from South Philly was up there, so the Ford. It made me more comfortable. It didn't like the Ford really just like it just. I didn't really grow. I grew on my second state bid, but the Ford it was. I'm not going to hold you. It was comfortable, man. It was comfortable for me. I'm not going to. That's what really like. I wasn't even thinking about changing in the Ford. I wanted to come home and do the exact same thing. Because first and foremost, it was a 1 or 2. I ended up maxing that joint out because I didn't even really care. I felt like the Ford. I felt like I was home. I felt like I was in Philly for real. That's just being 100% honest. I felt like I still was home, but I learned a lot from the old heads that was there because when I realized when I start maturing and I start growing, I took a lot of what Shakur and them from Scared Straight talked about, Sharif and all them, Ike, Tall Head, Sully Man, Rachi. I took a lot of what they said and I implement that into what I'm doing out here today. So in all actuality, I did learn, and they really was sharpening my blade. I just wasn't there mentally at that time to receive it yet.
Clothing, cars, whatever you're selling, you have a great idea. You want to put it on our platform. Contact TBISC. Call us now, 267-982-0342. TBISC, the best in sports entertainment.
Now, speaking to these boys, like you said, like the guy who Groves, just his name is Groves, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever have a like talk to him?
No, I ain't never. No, nope.
All right, but like, well, just speaking to these inmates upstate or people that's got a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
What's some of the most important things you learned from them, like about just speaking to them about they never coming home?
Well, Mook, that was like one of the best mentors I had. He was from 20th and Susquehanna. That's Bean, brother. He used to challenge me every day, man. I wrote 55 books up there. I worked in the library. Mook would take one of my books and like scratch the whole book out. Like, no, you could do better than this. You know what I mean? When you get out there, like I ain't never coming home. When you get out there, do this, do that, do this, and really mean it. You know what I mean? Because if you even think about coming back in this joint like you a failure, he would just, it was never no frivolous talk with Mook every day. And I seen him do this with every single person. Like, it's always about what you can learn while you in here. Same used to be the same thing. Black Geach was my old head. He been down since 1979. He was the youngest out of Black Incorporated that fell. He been locked up the longest. He used to say the same thing. He used to talk to me and Russ, my man that work out. He used to tell us, because him and Russ' dad was close with each other.
Shout out to Russ, that's my guy.
Yeah, that's my guy. That was my walkie up first.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Me and Russ used to sit at the table every day and just think about what we was going to do when we got out. That was my first walkie when I got up first. Every day it used to be me and Russ.
And you see Russ doing his thing. I see you, bro. Russ, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Keep doing this thing. I'm proud of Russ, man. That's my guy.
And that was a bond that was formed in prison. You and Russ?
From Warren neighborhoods. Warren neighborhoods. We ain't care about none of that. That was my man. Every day we sitting at that table, like we would just make up stuff at the table. We had a clothing line. Me and Russ had 20 businesses in the day room, just sitting there. You know how it is when you in jail. You just like, we just sitting there like, yo, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. You know what I mean? We gonna do this. So he came home years after me, went back. I came home, went back. And that's how it goes sometimes. But then when you find your thing, and Russ found his thing, you feel what I'm saying? That was his thing. That was his calling, because he already loved to work out. You feel what I'm saying? But loving to do something and then turning it into an actual income, that's two different things. But Russ is so talented in so many, he ain't even scratching the surface. This boy could draw. He's sharp. He got so many different things that he can do. Once he get and start spreading them different tentacles, Russ is going to be over. You know what I mean? It's going to be over.
For sure.
And that's a lot of them in jail. It's a lot of them. The talent that's in there is super duper great. The world, like y'all had Wallow up here. The world see Wallow and not understand, but to be from Philly and to be in jail, he know because he been in jail. But it's a bunch of them in jail. It's a bunch of me in jail. It's just that some people, when they come home and they realize what their purpose is and they realize what their worth is, it's over. Because now you're not settling no more. You understand what I'm saying? The farther you get, it's going to be on you. It ain't going to be on nobody else. It ain't going to be on nobody helping you. It's going to be, how far do you really want to take it? Because we can all come home and sit back and be like, man, ain't nobody doing this for me. Ain't nobody. We know this ain't the 90s. We know these dudes ain't running around with the kind of money they running around with. We know ain't nobody. All the funerals and the janazas I've been through, man, most of it is backdoor stuff. We know the streets is over. Everything about, this is what I try to tell my homies, is I try to think about the stuff that I learned from it. Like, everything that you really want to be that's right, the streets is against all of it. It's really, it's really the opposite.
Say that again, man, for real quick, yo.
Everything that you really want to do right, the streets is the opposite of it. It's the opposite. The streets is never going to let you be a good father. It's never going to let you be a good husband. It's never going to let you be, I don't even know why people put honor in the streets together. It's never been honor in the streets because you ain't supposed to be there. You feel what I'm saying? It made us look at the working man like a corny dude. I knew an old head man that had pickup trucks. We used to laugh at this old head. And when he died, we found out he owned the whole neighborhood. He used a Jewish boy to pick up his rent. Whole time we looking at the dudes on the corner. All of them died. They all went to jail.
Yeah.
None of them owned no properties. Only thing they got to live off if my dad was big such and such, my dad was this. Yeah, but y'all still out here struggling. Meanwhile, Mr. Hockaday, he left his kids 18 houses in one neighborhood. And these South Philly houses. So they up 3-4 million right now.
And I think for as a young kid and seeing like the drug dealer, right?
Yeah.
It's like instant gratification. You see what he's doing. He's just showing you why his cars, with his jewelry, whatever he's wearing. So now you're automatically attracted to that. But the working man, behind closed door, 18 properties, he owned all this. He got these trucks going on. People aren't paying that no mind because you see him getting up going to work every morning. He ain't not flashy about it. So for me, it took me to really understand that, like, there's nothing wrong with a job.
It's not.
Nothing wrong with starting a business and trying to build it. You know what I'm saying? And I never ever in my life ever seen or accomplished anything until I started to do things the right way.
Facts.
The right way, man.
That's same for me, bro. Same for me. Whenever I tried, none of it will work out, man. Everything I really sat back and I really thought about every neighborhood, because I've been all over the city, and I'm talking about in the streets. I done hustled all over the city. I done been all over the city. I got friends all over, and I really look at it like, far as what the streets bring, like the hatred, the jealousy, the envy, and it'll build up so much in the streets, they'll be willing to kill you over it. Your homies could hate you for starting a podcast. I doubt if one of them want to kill you for it. The streets breed that. Yeah. Like, damn, he left the block, he think he better than us. To the point, it'll build up to where they want to physically kill you because you really doing better than them. Doing things the right way, you don't. That's a thing you commonly hear about. No, the barbershop across the street from the other barbershop, and one of them popping and the other one not. This barber is not about to go over here and kill this bull because it's barbershop. It's pop. But you take that and put it into the streets. If his corner is making more than his, he'd kill him for that block. He want that block. He'd kill him for it. You feel what I'm saying? But you're never going to do that when you live in the right way, because you know for a fact what the consequence of doing that is. You got too much going on. I don't care if I might go over there and ask him, man, I see you popping. Man, how can I get my joint popping like yours? You might want to ask him. Versus of wanting to kill him. Ain't nothing in your right mind that's going to make you want to kill him. But the streets breed all that, man. It breeds that. It breeds that jealousy. It breeds that hate. And sometimes we leave the streets physically, but we there mentally. Dudes will be there mentally. Like you see what's going on now. Like, and I'm just speaking on like, in our sector, the podcast world and entertainment, you got a lot of rappers that left the streets and they come into this world and they still want to be. Which ones are we? Are we rappers? Are we entertainers? Or are we gangsters?
It's almost like a contradiction too.
It is.
When a rapper, you shouldn't be talking about selling drugs and then doing all this stuff to in the community, but that's not what you're doing.
That's not what you're doing, bro.
Why even promote that? Because now you got the people that's listening to you, that's going around doing what they hear you doing, hear what you're saying in music. It's like
not what you doing, man.
That's like, you're not even helping nobody by doing that.
Not at all.
And now a lot of times, our youth, and it's crazy that the youth listen more to a rapper or somebody of the sort more than listen to their own parents.
Yeah, because when you got the machine that pushed. So prime example, look at it in this world. I'm gonna take it back so people can understand, even y'all fans and podcasters. Think about this. For every podcast that's informative, the machine is going to get behind the podcasts that are messy, because for them, they create the algorithm of the messy gossipness stuff. Yeah, they want that because the negativity to them is where the money is at. You feel what I'm saying? If y'all was chatty patties and then y'all had people up here talking about other people and this, y'all would be farther. I'm telling you, because that's what they really want. That's what they'll get behind, because they'll look at it like, hey, well, they don't mind talking about people and stirring things up and being controversial. That's what they want. And being solid, it takes you longer. In anything that you do in life, it takes you longer. But at least you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I got there the right way. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't want to go that direction, because we just know, being from the streets, that all money ain't good money. Yeah, if I'm not with it, I'm not about it. No, I ain't doing that. It's like you having, if you don't drink, why would you have vodka sitting up on your drink just
contradiction? Like, if we sit up here and do that, right? You have a conversation. You sit up here saying that we we shouldn't be committing crime, or we shouldn't be doing this, or we Muslim, we up here selling liquor on the platform. We believe that we shouldn't be doing it. That's a contradiction. That's so. Like I said, all money is not good money, because now I'm going far left.
Right.
And also, if you look at it, we don't really see the numbers of it, because people don't really pay attention to it. But if you really think about how liquor and all these drugs, how many homicides, I'm talking about vehicular, how many diseases people are getting from this liquor and these smoking, all this stuff that's going on. It's just that it's not in front of our face for us to really like think about it. Just look at our the elders or people, how many winos you see in front of the deli, and people that's messed up. They got these diseases from drinking and all this different stuff. It really affects people.
Yeah. And the
If you really think about it, it really affects people. So, and it leads to people shooting another person. Not people who was drunk in the club and got killed, or who was drunk and then shot somebody. And I don't even remember what happened. Because it's not good in my opinion. I don't believe in doing that. So, like, that's
and I don't knock nobody else who do it. I've been on joints where they have them in the whole, and they ask me like, and I'll be like occasionally or whatever. Like, but if me personally, if I had one, my reasons is a little different. Like, my thing of, I'm gonna go deeper than what your brother said. My thing is, I look at it in the sense of like, can we come to them? I look at none of these people have done nothing for us. That's how I look at it. Like, I mean, can we go to you got a deli pretty much on every corner in the city of Philadelphia. Can we go to these people and get something if you want to build a school? Can you go to them and get something if you need $20,000 for your community center? Can I contact any of these people? Can they do anything to us besides help destroy you? So, I mean, the delis they open up earlier than everybody in the city of Philadelphia.
Early.
You got options as soon as you come out your crib. You know what I mean? And that's why you see all the old heads out there. And each his own. I don't knock nobody for doing it. It's just that I feel like we are creative enough, we smart enough to where as though it's 1,000 other brands that we can deal with that you could promote besides that.
Exactly. There's so many different options.
There's so many different options.
My whole where I was coming from, because I might have got it twisted what y'all was saying. It's like y'all put it on the same scale as murdering, killing, selling crack, robbing, and then now the liquor and the cigarette is on the same scale as that. And I'm like, I probably wouldn't agree that they on the same scale.
And maybe even greater though, honestly. Maybe even greater, because
I don't agree.
Because you
got plenty of people that's in this world today that had them a drink and had them a sip. And I'm not saying it because I'm promoting it or I'm behind it, but they not out here murdering people. But my mom smoke and drink, and she's living her life. She ready to die from cancer. She ain't out here hurting nobody.
But what I'm saying to you,
older people that do that, and I just be like, all right, cool.
Yeah, but it's older. But just look at the effects that it has on the community, though.
Oh.
Just look at it. Just look at the effects of it.
If you want to talk about that,
that's why you wouldn't. That's why I say we wouldn't do it, because just look at because it called. What's the benefit? Tell me one positive benefit in getting drunk.
One positive benefit. I don't think there's no positive benefit in getting drunk. If you use it as a leisure, people drink because I drink. I drink because to have fun. I don't drink because I want to go kill. I don't want to go do nothing. All right, will I get violent if something came my way? Probably so. But I get violent if something came my way sober. So that's out the window. But I just don't want to put it in the category of all that other crazy stuff. Now, promoting it, I'm with you with that. We're not promoting liquor. We're not promoting cigarettes or crack or weed or anything of the sort. I just don't think them things should be classified with that. Like, yeah, that right there, yeah.
What we would do is we would just draw the numbers. Just look at the effects of liquor. Just look at the effects that it has on people in the community. And I know you probably can sit down and talk about it as well. Just the effects of what it does to the community, it does to the individuals.
Yes, it does. It does. You ain't got to draw the numbers because, yes, it do. It do crazy stuff like that. But then for the people for every 10 people, 8 people drink. It's a very selective few people that don't drink.
I agree with that.
Especially in Philadelphia right now today. You come up with me, bro. You out of all our friends, it's probably 2. If it's 30 of us, it's probably 2 dudes that don't mess with the alcohol. Am I lying?
I mean, possibly.
So
yeah.
Is the rest of us that do mess with it just horrible people?
We're not saying that.
Or leading to something that's horrible. Maybe it can lead to something that's horrible. It can deteriorate your health. It can have you doing things that you ain't supposed to be doing. Yes, it can have you doing that. But I'm just saying, I just didn't look at it on a platform with all the other destructive, wild killings, and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just saying it goes hand in hand, and so people want to. I just think that, in my opinion, I don't know how you feel, but in my opinion, I just feel like you doing more harm than good by promoting it.
Oh, promoting it, yeah. But I'm just saying if one indulges in it. Not promoting it.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like to each his own, but
yeah, we're not up here. We're never gonna get up here on this platform and say, yeah, cigarettes is good or have a liquor bottle right there. No, because that's not what we promoting. We promoting a whole change to the youth and to grown men, not just the youth, because grown men or women got stronger issues than these young kids do. The kids is following the grown people. They like, damn, they looking at people track records and like, well, damn, and then you change your life. How you gonna tell me to do different? Because when you was out there doing that, that's why I did a lot of things. When I was out in the streets, I'm looking up to the big homies. Oh, they robbing, they shooting. Oh, that's what I got to do.
Well, but I got a question for you then.
Right.
How much positivity have you seen come out of drinking?
I have not seen no positive.
So why we promote it? Why would you? I'm saying why did you see the destruction behind it? Because like you said, you may. Liquor.
I'm speaking on an overall platform. You see destruction coming out of it.
A lot of it.
Yes, you do. But I'm talking about for the people that had them a casual drink. You got these Caucasians that go out here casual. These people go over and they running business, doctors and lawyers. Like, it ain't like the certain, like, I'm like, if it was something like that, it'd be classified as crack cocaine. Lock them up. Lock them dudes up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this for a pass for somebody to go drink. I'm just saying I don't think they should be all placed together. With the killings and the selling crack and all that, I don't think the drinking should be right there with it.
Yeah, but I just think that you have a point. So I don't want to spend as much time on liquor, alcohol, but I just like I see your point in what you're saying, but I just think that it's not if it's not something positive, and it's not something that's going to bring unity within the community. You know what I'm saying, something like that, or help somebody. I just feel like. For me, I think the message in that is
I just speak for the overall people because people that's the audience, they gonna watch this and be like,
and they're gonna rebuttal. You absolutely right.
You gonna have it's gonna be split.
It's gonna be a rebuttal.
It ain't gonna be an overall mass decision. You right. The drinking is horrible. It's not gonna be. There's gonna be people like, what? I go to work every day long and have me a sip. What the hell is they talking about?
They right at
and
they
paying their bills. They ain't doing nothing in the house. So I'm more so inclined than probably you are. Because I feel it. I'm more so on the, not to say that, but you come from there. So I'm out here and I'm seeing them every day. And I'm like, damn.
So do I.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, cool. This lady ain't bad and she ain't out of pocket. And I can't see the destruction that's doing to her because she's still paying her bills. Her kids are taken care of. Okay, she have her a sip. But like you said, for the overall most part, you would say that drink is like, damn, that caused him or her to do that. And you got people that let themselves go, all right, cool, it do that too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I hope everybody's enjoying the episode. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Tales from the Jails. I got a very important announcement to make for anyone looking to get into IDD. It's called intellectual disability housing, where you can make a lot of money in this business, and you don't know where to start. You want to find a company that can help you get it done. Contact TNS Licensing and Consulting. That's TNS Licensing and Consulting. Numbers are 267-534-5053, 267-534-5053. Call now. Don't wait. We can help you get started. We train you on how to run a business. We teach you from A to Z how to get started, so forth and so on. That's TNS Licensing and Consulting. Number 267-534-5053, 267-534-5053. Call now. You want to get into the business, but you don't know how to start. Everybody's saying you can do this, you can do that. I can show you how to do. We show you how to get it done. We train you, get you prepared to pass the test. Everything you need to do. Contact us now. You want to get into IDD, no matter what state you're in. You can be anywhere in the U.S. We get it done. That's TNS Licensing and Consulting. You want to get into IDD, contact us. Yeah, so we went off topic, but yeah, that's for me. That's just my point. So now we spoke about that. Now you said that you won't promote it. Now what was the reason why you said why you wouldn't promote? Or
because so I'm like in the middle of both of y'all, like, because I occasionally drink. I can't get drunk. Anytime I get drunk, it could lead to destruction. I can't drive a car. It's just it ain't nothing good gonna come out of it. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I feel like when it comes down to the liquor, they use our culture like they use everything else. And at the end of the day, it destroyed our culture more, because at the end of the day, when you think about it, like outside of a person like Puff, none of us in our culture really won big off of liquor. They're not giving out $100 million deals, $50 million deals. But when you go run them numbers, we promoting it. We the ones promoting it. We don't assume something. You see people with the Julio on the top of their head. No, we doing all the promotion for them.
Yeah.
You feel we giving them the platform for free. Not to mention for free. We doing it for free. We ain't even talking about podcasts. We ain't even talking about rappers. We talking about we are promoting this for them for free, and they're giving nothing back. Nothing. Not a school. I don't know a school that's named after a liquor company. I don't know of no other rappers outside of Puff that got big liquor deals. I don't know a baseball, basketball camp, nothing. They don't give nothing back. So it's like take. So my thing is like, I'm not promoting nothing that's just been taken and haven't given nothing back. They haven't given nothing. They haven't given us anything. So it's like, I'm cool. I don't want that. You know what I mean? Because if I can't give back to my people, I remember sitting down talking to my man or whatever like that, when this was Ready first like getting to the podcast thing, and I said, and we was talking about like deals, and I was telling him where my stance at. I said, one, I feel like if it's not something that I feel like can help more than us, I don't want to do it. If I feel like we can't be able to give back, I'm really big on that, because I look at it like all my life I done destroyed everything around me. I done destroyed my city. I done destroyed my community, the people that really cared about me. So I'm big on doing whatever I can to try to give back. That's why I promote people the way I promote people, down to the old head selling waters on the corner, because I feel like this is my way of giving it all back. Like if I could use my platform to build people up, this is my way of just giving back, because I know sometimes people get to them levels and they feel like they don't got to look down. They feel like, I'm here, I don't got to go back and look out for this person. I don't got to show that this person, but I'm from the trenches, and them places, like what he just saying, them delis and all, I jump out and go talk to them people because I know their stories. And at the end of the day, I knew sometimes life be lifing, man. You know what I mean? Life just be lifing for you. And like he said, some of these people get off work and they like, man, it's crazy out here. Let me just go in here and get me a little drink. And maybe nothing comes good out of it, but that's where they at that particular time in their life, and especially with the men. Because
and that's my whole thing. I ain't want to, I'm not promoting the drink. Again, me and my brother don't promote none of that.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get too far away from reality.
Most definitely.
Reality is just the fact we live in.
Most definitely.
Like people was out here struggling. People out here and they go ahead and take them a sip and they not causing no destruction or nothing.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure you know people that do that, Fee. But you know, what we supposed to be doing is leaving that alone and getting on, having healthy lives, living longer. You got some people, a lot of people, not even some, that that's going to watch this and be like, well, damn, he got a point right there. Yeah. If you can stay away from it, stay away from it, man. Live long lives and healthy lives. That's what we're promoting.
Yeah. So, I understand. I just for me.
But sometimes you get adamant though, Fee. You get adamant.
I do, because it's haram.
It's
haram.
And then you're supposed to be Muslim.
Yeah, haram.
But I just lived. I can't be.
Because I'm telling you something, like I know we spent a lot of time on this debate, but for things that destroy people and don't bring nothing a positive effect, because there's other things people can do, not knocking people, but it's other things that you can do to substitute for having to do that. It's just like this stuff is pumped into our communities and it's destroying our communities. You see these joints on every store
at an alarming rate.
And you really don't see any positive effect from cigarettes, alcohol. Now marijuana, they legalize marijuana, but a lot of people can look at it and say, why are they legalizing? So what? So they can do what? Tax it. Mm-hmm. Same thing with liquor. It's a $1 billion business, and a lot of and what are they pumping at the most in these African American communities? Where I live at, and in these other suburban, there's no liquor stores on the corner. Now they start selling in the markets, but you can't. Ain't nobody buying it from these. There's no bodegas on the corner. Ain't no.
Here's the flip side to it. So I talked to somebody that I know, like from the city, with the delis. It's two different licenses. A beer license is different from a liquor license.
Wow.
A lot of the delis don't even got liquor license. Mm-hmm. They can sell the shots, and they'll sell them. They'll have them right in their windows selling shots. If you try to do the same thing, they coming to shut you down. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? And they coming to shut you down. They got them right soon. They got them on the window now that they selling them. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just like at the end of the day, everybody that's running around, even like he said, you getting off work, you enjoying them because you ain't got to go in the bar. First and foremost, the bar ain't even open yet. So I'm going to go ahead and get me a couple shots out the deli. You feel what I'm saying? And it's so crazy because that's what he's saying, the reality of it, that's just what it is. You feel what I'm saying? But is it right? Heck no. You feel me? Because it is causing our destruction. I don't care what nobody say. It's causing our destruction. You could put, because you got to understand, this is strategic of what they're doing. This is a strategic thing for us to have a deli damn near on every corner in the city of Philadelphia, and not to have a community center on every corner of Philadelphia, not to have a basketball, not to have something that's going to uplift us, but something that's going to put us down. It's no way in the world, and you telling me that it ain't strategic when you got politicians that can say, hold up, it's 5 of them in that one neighborhood. We're not letting another one open up. But when you try to go open something up that's positive, you need the zoning permit. You need to talk to the local state rep. You need to talk to all these people. But how is a deli opening up? You go to a certain part in West Philly, I can show you 11 24-hour stores in a 2-block radius, bro.
And then you think about it, what like even if you look at like rap music, what other genre of music do you see them pumping alcohol in like that?
None.
They got these rappers pumping alcohol. Bro. Everybody got alcohol. Everybody got type of brand of liquor, and it's being directed into the community where they making billions of dollars, and they might come to these hoods sometime and do something once in the blue, but they cause more destruction than positive. I see people that like I just seen some wild stuff when I was in the street, and when I was running around, I never did it because I seen niggas get took off like that. Like that niggas, he was drunk, they rock. So for me, I stay away from it, because I just seen it. I never seen nothing positive come, and I never seen nobody. I'm just keeping it real. I never seen nobody really in those addictions ever get any money.
Yeah. I asked, and I'm gonna tell you, I know that to be factual because I asked some dudes one time, and I ain't even gonna say their names, but they call themselves the Ciroc boys. These was my guys. These more like family members one time, and I asked them. I said, bro, how much money did y'all make? We supposed to be getting paid, but we ain't get X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. So I said, I start thinking about it, not just them. I start thinking about it, how many other like cliques from different areas of America in general, where like they make groups of the liquor name and make groups of them, and it's just like to get in the club for free. You understand them? Maybe get a section. You understand? But far as a real check, they never receive that. They never receive, especially direct from the company. It might have been a person that represent the company or a person that's connected to the other dude, but to actually see a check from these people that you are representing, no, you just don't see it like that. And my thing is big. I'm big on far as like of my city, and that's just me. Far as when it coming down to Philly is building. Like, how could we get stuff that's going to build us up? How could we get in a space where we going to be together to be able to build? Because until we get to that point, don't nothing else really matter for real, man. Because we're going to keep losing. It's going to keep being destruction.
They ain't pumping nothing to the community about start your own business. You don't ever see none of these companies really coming here promoting that, because that's not the right thing to do to them.
There's too much power in the division.
Can you imagine if let's keep it real. If our communities, our young brothers, young sisters, everybody just got away from the focusing on, I gotta go out to party and I get drunk, whatever case may be, and all that, getting drunk stuff, and focus more on, hold on, let's come together, let's start some businesses.
Yeah.
Let's start doing some trades, whatever we gotta do. Everybody came together and focus on that.
Yeah. Instead
of focusing on this party life and whatever is going on, I think that we'll be in a better place. A whole better, because the unity. Just look at the unity on this podcast.
Yeah.
Imagine if we was building like that 24/7, but people just, we're just so focused.
I got the rebuttal for that again.
All right,
you making it like people make that everyday life. You got people that get off on a Friday and enjoy themselves. And then you ain't got people. Then you got very few people that do it every day of the week. That's not a functional person. He is out of pocket or she is out of pocket. You got to have a downtime, even if we having everybody focusing on, all right, let's start this, let's do this business. So this is 7 days a week?
Yeah. I grind 7, I grind 7 days a week.
Well, everybody ain't got your mentality, Tawfiq.
No, I'm just saying.
glad that you got that.
But I'm saying if we did, if I'm telling you, From my opinion, our communities is just we just focus on a lot of the, and it's not our fault all the time. We're programmed into looking at these things. Let's look at all these brands, these clothing brands, you name it, Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all this different stuff. We did African Americans number one community. They don't pump that stuff nowhere else. You see our community. We see, and I'm not knocking nobody. We see people in our community. Women living on PHA housing. They buying their kids Balenciagas. The shoes cost more than your rent. We have no ownership enough. They just pumping this stuff, and our kids and everybody is seeing this and going towards it. And it's okay to look nice. But we don't even support our own brands and our own. This brother may have a clothing line or a shoe line. We go spend money with Louis Vuitton and Gucci.
And it's crazy you said that because I told somebody that a guy from the city, and he was running around with some clothes, and the minute he started getting some traction, that's where he went. He started wearing all these stuff, and I told him, and he fell off. And I said, the reason why you fell off is because you stopped believing in your own clothing line. You wanted to make enough money so you can go get that. And the reason why I had a conversation with my man, we was talking about them sneaks, the Balenciaga. I said, they ugly. I come from a different era. We wore trees. So, to everybody, to each his own.
I think they ugly too.
They ugly to me. I don't care what kind you bring out. We don't come from the era where we just wearing something because it costs money. Mm-hmm. That's not the era we come from. Like, we wearing it because we like to wear it.
Like what you said, you got a lot of people that do it.
Exactly.
If I had
most
millions
definitely.
of dollars,
I'm not. It's certain. That's what it's just certain things. I'm just not there. I'm telling my man, he like, no, these the Jones with all the chicks. Once he said all the chicks love him, that's when I knew. I said, you wearing it because that's what they like. But what about you? Do you feel comfortable in wearing this shoe? You don't feel, no, I don't really like them, but if that's what's, yeah. So
it's the fad, it's the trend.
It's the trend. You understand? So I'm trying to tell a youngin' who got the clothing line that if you got to feel comfortable in it, if you feel like you only doing it to get to a certain status and you get some paper or whatever, but when you selling something in business, the first product is yourself. You are the first product. Once people stop liking you, I don't care what you sell. They're not going to buy it. But if they like you, you could sell whatever. Mm-hmm. It don't matter. You could sell socks. You could sell hair. You could sell clothes. You could sell whatever. I had to learn that in my junk removal business, bro. Like, my homies used to laugh. The first truck I had, old beat up joint. You could hear me coming from Broad in Wyoming somewhere. This joint. I paid like $500 for it. The first contract I got at Home Depot was a dime. $10,000.
Wow.
10 grand. I didn't even know. But first of all, I got burnt. You feel them? Because the contract was really for 50. He gave me a dime. The demolition job was probably like 3 of these rooms right here. The demolition job. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just so hyped to be out the streets and had a truck. And the first contract I got was a dime. He gave me $5 up front. I'm feeling good. I'm out the streets. I'm like, it's $5. What? You're telling me this kind of money? And junk removal and demolition. I'm on this. Man, I gave that $5,000 out like in a day and a half. I had no more money. He like, you got to finish the job before you get the other $5.
Exactly, yeah.
I couldn't finish. I'm like, bro, I can't. There's no way I could finish this. The owner came. He said, yo, I gave him $50,000 to do this. I said, what? You gave him 50 grand? So I ain't put on what he gave me. I ain't that type of dude. I just called him back. I went outside, hey, bro. Yo, man, he said, owner here, man, he said, you gave him 50. You gave me a dime. I can't do this. You know I can't do this for a dime. I wasn't willing to walk away. I said, bro, just come talk to me. Just tell me what I could do so I can make something. I want to be able to make something off this joint. He like, man, I can't give you nothing. So that was my first step. And it didn't stop me then. I realized that was a learning lesson.
You had to learn.
You feel what I'm saying? I had to learn the game. So then I start going on more jobs and learning more. But when I start really learning it, I realized, like, hold up. It's me. I got to get out here. I can't just be on Instagram. I got to really get out here amongst the people because people mess with me. When I start doing that, I get a whole nother contract for a real estate company. With them, the first month, I did $77,000 with them. The first month, I got them. Just because the owner of the real estate company like me, I seen dudes come home from jail, get jobs, they get in places or whatever the case, they take over. I watched a dude that did 27 years come home, get in the kitchen. I think he was maybe Del Frisk, one of these high-end restaurants in Philly. He was the main cook within 6 months because the owner liked him. It's you the first product. People like you, it's over. The sky's the limit to what you could do, man.
Exactly.
Sky's the limit what you could do, man.
Exactly. And your image and your persona is everything.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
It's everything. And a lot of times too, I just want to say this, we like if you have a lot of times people are preaching about or talking about, I don't use the word preacher, everyone, people are talking about, starting your own business or building things, people don't even want to listen to that.
No.
Because you got somebody who's if a rapper, if he's rapping about, building up a real estate and doing this and doing that, nobody ain't gonna try to hear that.
No.
Nobody's gonna want to hear it. People want to hear him talk about all these other things, but it's just our mind state and our mindset has to be a lot different, man, in order for us to move forward.
And believe it or not, you gotta some gotta go through some things. I go to court a lot for the young bulls or whatever down 15th Street, and I got a couple of them home. I think right now I got like 5 of them home. I testify in front of the judge for them or whatever. But one young bull, his mom down there with me. This is like his 4th time, like in 2 months. So I'm telling his mom, I say, maybe he got to sit for a while. His mom like, no, I want my son home. Blah. So I'm telling his mom, trying to explain to her what Judge Reynolds did to me as a kid. Judge Reynolds saved my life. I hated his guts when I was a young bull, but he slowed me down. You feel what I'm saying? He slowed me down at that very young age. He slowed me down because at the end of the day, my homies that was coming behind me, a lot of them died. A lot of them went right home and got killed. So when I had the conversation with him, they let me talk to him. We talked in the back. I had the conversation. Me and him busted up. He was like, what you think I should do? I'm like, no, what do you think you should do? Are you mentally? Are you ready to come home right now? And I'm asking you that. Are you mentally ready to come home? He was like, no, because we going through it out here. We ain't ready to come home. Make a long story short, they gave him 3 more months. He came home. He out the way. He got a job. I talk to him every day. He said that was the best decision that he made in his life. He wasn't there mentally. He wasn't there mentally yet to come out on the streets and hit the streets and come out here. So I be trying to tell him and let him know, like, at the end of the day, it's a lot. The wars that's going on in Philly with these young bulls, they are so deep because they all intertwine. In our area, in our era of coming up in Philly, we had different blocks and different things going on, but now all this stuff is intertwined with all these different young bulls, and there's a lot of hatred being pushed their way from people older than them. They pushing it their way with the hatred. I'm going to places, I went to war and faction neighborhoods. Like in my area, I talk to all of them. I'm tapped into all the steppers throughout the city because I really got genuine love for them, and I know where they going because I've been there. And I don't tell them to be on the simple fact of like, let your guard down. Yeah, you definitely, if you got to keep it on, you keep it on you. I'm not going to tell you never to protect yourself or to protect your family, but I'm telling you, when y'all get in them courtrooms or when y'all get upstate, some of the dudes that y'all hate, these gonna be your friends.
Exactly.
Bro. These is gonna be your, whether you like it or not. Because now I got some of my young bulls calling home and they want to come through my page and tell their stories like, no, such and such, my man. But they don't want to look like suckers. They don't want their homies to look at them like they cowards. It don't make you no coward to shake somebody's hand, bro. You know how much courage that take to look your enemy in the eye, you and him, just nobody else around you, shake his hand and be like, you know what, bro, we gonna save their lives. This over, bro. This over. We ain't nobody stepping no more. We ain't going to war with each other no more. All them young boys that's coming up behind y'all that look up to y'all, you done saved all their lives, bro. It's nothing corny about that.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. And then like you said, upstate, everybody got a clear head 9 times out of 10.
Facts.
Everybody mental is not clouded by whatever, music, whatever, hardships or the streets or drugs. Everybody's minds is clear.
And even the ones who is, because I ain't gonna act like it ain't no drugs around. It's drugs around. It's just the dominant force of the dudes who don't do it, they respect and love so much that they listen. So meaning if this boy from South Philly and that boy from North and they ready to go through something, the mutual person in the middle, they both love him and respect him that much where they gonna listen to reason. You feel what I'm saying? And they not gonna go through it based off of that person. That's what I seen a lot of going on. And I was a youngin', but I would sit back and watch and see how was he able to get these two people together? I would watch that all the time. He just wasn't afraid. So it's the same thing now. When I'm trying to put certain people together, they like, yo, you tripping, man. You playing with your life, them young boy. But they know I don't come like that, though. It's all love. They know I ain't coming with no backdoor and I'm about to tell him what you said about him. No, bro, I'm not trying to hear none of that. You feel what I'm saying? I go to a funeral. I go to a matter of fact, a janazah, 2 Warren neighborhoods. As they putting her in the ground, if one person would have pulled out the gun, everybody in that janazah would have died. This how intense this joint was. These 2 Warren neighborhoods, as They putting a box in the ground. Nobody's even focused on a box. They looking at each other. Because if one person would have pulled out a gun, everybody at that janaza was strapped down. And these people that hate each other. But the love that they had for this person, it showed me. It's people out here that these young boys respect and love. They're not going to listen to everybody. You just got to find a person that they'll listen to. That's the mutual person. Because it's like that on every side in every part in the city, whether that's a grandma, whether that's an aunt, whether it's an uncle, whether it's a dude that work construction, it's somebody that they listen to. And people will write them off because they think it's the person with the money. A lot of people tell me all this, man, if you ain't got no money for these young boys, I'm a rebuttal with that all the time. Because a lot of the people that I remember that helped me on my journey, they didn't have no money. They just had genuine love for me.
I always say it all the time, and people look at me like I'm crazy. Hey, look, listen. As you know, your loved one's getting old. Everyone needs home care. You know, you don't know what agency to go with. You see agencies on the buses, you see agencies in the bathrooms. Everywhere you go, you see home care agencies all around. You don't know what agency to choose from because all of them were saying 401k. You know, all of them had a lot of the same things that they offer: vacation pay, top dollar. You see it everywhere. So you see these home care agencies, and you're trying to pick and choose, trying to weed out the real from the fake. You don't know which agency to choose. You don't know who I'm going to choose, what I'm going to do. What you do is you contact us. No more long lines at the welfare office. No more, waiting for someone to call you back. You don't know who's going to help you. You heard all this stuff before. I'm gonna get you your services. I'm gonna get your mom approved. I'm gonna get your grandmom approved. I'm gonna get your brother approved. Whatever. You hear all these things. People want to get you set up, get you going, but you still sit at home waiting to get home care services to get approved. Call us. We'll help you. 267-982-0342. 267-982-0342. Contact us. I'll point you in the right direction of what agency to choose. That's 267-982-0342. 267-982-0342. Call now. Money ain't everything.
Oh, it's not, man.
Money. Yes, it's good to have money. Money does provide a comfort, but if you got money, you still gonna have problems. You still gonna have issues. You still gonna have things going on. Now, the only problem you may not have money issues, but you may have issues going on with other stuff, other things.
Most definitely.
So yes, you have to go out and provide for yourself and go get money. But don't look at a person who got some money like they know everything or just because they got money, because they can be a stone cold sucker. They can they can lead you down the wrong path, because sometimes somebody dangling money in your face it doesn't make them thorough. Doesn't mean they can help you. Doesn't mean they have something in store that would help you get over the hump or provide for your family. So therefore, don't always look at the person who has the money as somebody that you can just run to. And then another thing I want to say, the thing is with the youngins or people out here. People are just pushing the young guys away a lot of times, man. It's a lot of times people not embracing them. You got to embrace them, in a way, like I said, it always got to be about money. It could be about a conversation, like what's going on, how you feeling today, what's up with you, man, anything going on, let me give you some advice. And sometimes they might want to listen.
Facts.
They might want to listen to you. They may want you to open that door, but people look at the young boys a lot of times, and I hate calling them YNs, but I'm going to say the young brothers, or sisters, look at them in a way as if they don't even exist, or all of them had the same stuff. Sometimes people just going through whatever they're going through. You know what I'm saying?
I argue with them politicians about these young boys, and I be down City Hall gang warring with them and walking out them offices, because I tell them all the time, listen, I'm not doing no compromise. I'm not going to be the person I don't care about y'all money, man. I don't care about y'all status. I don't care about y'all titles. I'm not playing with these young boys in the city of Philly, whereas though I got to go face, y'all don't got to face them. Y'all politics. That's what y'all do. Y'all could get on here and say, vote for me, and then before you know it, you could lie and go back on your word. We did that in the streets. I don't want to be a politician. I'm really out here to fight for them so they could get in a better position to really take care of their family, so they don't got to go through a lifelong things of what we did. When I was telling how me and S-Dot even met, because I didn't even know his relationship to Hick. Hick was the first friend I had from North Philly. You feel that? That was the first friend I had from North Philly. We was in a youth study center. We was babies, bro, 14, 15 years old. We had something up there called the Commission. Them staff in the youth study center in the 90s, they really cared about us. They really loved us. They really poured. They was like our pops in that joint. And Hick was in charge of the commission. Big young boy from North Philly, had the North Philly Bulls in pocket. They all listened to Hick. He want Hick say whatever Hick said, it went. And for just me being from South Philly, it was a natural. We didn't like each other. But when it was time, when the dude from South Philly left, they needed to put somebody else because the commission was a different person from each part of the city. And that's how the staff wanted it, so it wouldn't be no geographical stuff. Man, they came to open my door at 11:30, man. It was Hick. He ain't had a key, but the staff opened the door. He like, yo, come on, we putting you on the team. That night, man, we was like this. I ain't see Hick to 20-something years later. I've been hearing about him all through my jail bids or whatever, but to see him come home and try to fight for the men in there, that was just so honorable. And all the dudes I knew from the juvenile joints, I knew they first and last name. So when I seen Big Fella, 21st Street, and then I seen a picture, I'm like, this gotta be Hick. This guy. So I just DM'd him. I'm like, I'm gonna just take my shot, DM him. I said his name, and then it was like we talked on the phone, and I was just telling him like how proud that I was. I tell Doc all the time, I'm proud because at the end of the day, it's a lot of dudes left, but they mentality is still stuck in it. And the thing about it is, man, people call me a glazer, people call me a D-eater, and I don't care about none of that, bro. Yeah. I know who I am, and I know the uncool thing is to sit here and say, I'm proud of Tales from the Jails. I'm proud of y'all, man. I'm proud that y'all came out here and y'all doing something positive. You know how hard it is for people to do that? It's hard so I'm showing people that no, it shouldn't be hard for me to tell you I'm proud of you. That's why, and people would do it privately, but they won't never give you.
Hard though. I think the person got to actually want it.
True.
And two things:
what?
The person got to actually want it, to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And especially if he's coming home from a long incarceration period.
Yeah.
And he needs a support system.
But no, I'm not talking about that.
He talk about people just congratulating you what you're
that's
doing.
What I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm talking about a person seeing you genuinely doing something positive. And you ain't got to say numbers, but like for all the people that y'all know, we just want to say on the men, how many men have just reached out to y'all and said, bro, I'm really proud of you. And it might come from more strangers than it came from the people that you, because I know it's going to come from more strangers than it come from the people that you grew up with, because they should be proud. I ain't out here robbing nobody. I ain't stealing from nobody. I ain't selling drugs. I'm out here trying to do something positive. And it's like, it's so hard for you to see me. And I know you see me because I'm on social media and you on social media. So you saying you don't see me and we grew up together? Why wouldn't I? If I grew up with y'all and I seen Tales from the Jails come across, why wouldn't I be hyped? My brothers, man, they got Tales from the Jails. That's what's up, man. Keep doing y'all thing.
It's a lot that do, though, and shout out to them that do. It's a whole lot that do, so we ain't going to make it like.
No, I'm not saying it, but what I'm saying
he's saying that
it's always unbalanced.
Yeah, it is.
You feel what I'm saying?
You got more that don't do it.
Yeah,
I mean, that you don't know.
Most definitely, you will get it more.
That you do know,
and the thing is, it don't even have to necessarily be on Instagram. It could just be when I see you publicly. You feel what I'm saying? How hard is it to say, damn, bro, you know what? I'm proud of you. But I know because when I'm sitting back and I'm talking to some people, it's like the trauma thing. You feel what I'm saying? Because I remember watching the clip from Core when he said, as a rapper, when he go places, he see rappers that he fans of, but he said it's his Philly mentality that don't be like, I don't want to stop
shake
this.
their hand,
I don't want to shake their hand because
ready to bring that up
you feel what I'm saying? I don't want them to think I'm Joe or
somebody just DM me, not DM, but send us a message on YouTube. And was like, he told me, I was at the Pin Dot. He was like, man, I seen you, man. You know, I'm on my North joint and I ain't want to be all Joe, but I'm proud of you, man. Like, keep it up, man. Keep up what you doing.
What I'm saying, bro.
And you're definitely right. Like, it be, and not just with people that it be people that you do know, and they be like, or people that you don't know.
And that's how it is, bro.
Like,
so what you think?
Still give you
so
your
let me
flowers,
get your perspective on that. What you think that is from your perspective, and you growing up and being incarcerated, and now that you home, what you think that is for a person to say what he said to you? I ain't want to be on my North John and be, Joe. What you think that is?
Pride. That's all it is. It's just pride. I don't look at it as a slight.
Okay.
Because he still gave me my flowers.
Most definitely.
If he sat back in the cut and never even said nothing, then like, you a hating boy. Like, we can talk. That don't make you unthorough. Just shake my hand or say you doing a good job. Yeah. You don't look like a sucker to me anyway. But it's pride.
Yeah.
I'm doing something that he not doing. Or something that he want to do and can't do. You understand? So it's like, okay, that's why, it's pride. It's pride.
And then also a lot of times too, people Like nobody want to be first, nobody want to be last.
You tell me that all the time, and that's stuck in my brain forever.
Break that down for me, real quick.
Like a lot of times, people don't want to be the first person to like come on your platform, but they don't want to be the last person. They don't want to catch you at the tail. They want to be somewhere in the middle. They want to kind of sit back and watch and see what you do. And then once you start doing what it's doing, it might start doing some stuff. Now people want to be a part of it. But they don't want to be the last one to do it. But they just want to kind of catch it at the right time for them. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like,
and that is a heavy. Brother, tell me that all the time, and I let that
marinate.
It would not only marinate, but I got a better perspective of people now. You understand what I'm saying? When I take that and instead of going straight to, damn man, you don't want to be first, and you damn sure don't want to be last. And I get it, man. Thank you, man. So it make me relax and go through my days, man. When he told me, I'm like, wow. That's a hell of a thing right there. That's a hell of a line right there.
And then a lot of times, man, you know, like as far as the aspect of people who everybody don't always believe all the time. Like in the beginning, they don't really believe. They don't like.
I myself didn't believe.
It can be your friends. It can be
with him. I'm like, man, we up here.
Let me ask him that. What you didn't? What was the part of the map?
Not believing?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, ain't nobody gonna listen, man. My thing is we come from a harsh background.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I gotta be having things broken down to me in English and ABC. I don't need no algebra. I want it all regular. So it's like, you're doing something and then you're not. Everything is a grind.
Yeah.
Nothing come overnight. Anything worth having is not gonna be given to you.
Yeah.
So as the time go on, and he always like to say, when you see that curve, you're going to turn the curve. Yeah. And I couldn't see the curve. I'm like, man, I'm coming in.
So I see how y'all balance each other out.
I got to get this, man. I'm coming home from prison. This is my second stint. I had to go back, do a violation. I'm used to selling drugs because that was easy for me. Yeah. I was nothing to go out there and sell some Percocets. Everybody know me. Black, what's up, Black? And I get all my love that way. Yeah. I go out there. I go get me 200 perks right now and go out there, man. It's going to be like New Jack City. But at what cost, though? Yeah. At what cost? This right here, with the grind, with the motivation, with the dedication, I'm not only probably going to make a better stance for me, my family, and my friends, my brother, but change some lives. Yeah, and when I think about that, I see the young boys that come up, and I like to throw little young boys, and I might say 1,000 things, but that one thing I said catch his attention, and he can turn from that. Yeah. I could feel good about that. Like, man, wow.
It's called not destroying the community, but bringing unity. You know what I'm saying? Bringing unity to the community. You know what I'm saying?
Or like what you said, to give back. All that we took.
Yeah.
Something.
All that we took, man.
I done took a lot. In my 45 years of living, I only got about 13 years on the street. I'm ready to be free from my incarceration. And when I say free from incarceration, I mean I'm ready to be off parole in 5 months, excuse me. I haven't been off parole. I haven't been a free man since 1992. And I don't say that with pride, man. I say that with shame. Like, I haven't been a free man. When I say free, meaning not incarcerated and not on papers. Because you're not free when you're on papers.
You're on papers.
At all.
Not at all.
You're a kid being monitored for whatever time they gave you. And I'm ready to be free. I'm ready to be 45 years old.
It's funny you said that, right? Because like he said, if I wasn't in jail, I was always on probation. So much so, when I got off, I didn't even know what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I was so used to reporting, bro. Like, I would find myself down Center City thinking I got to go see my PO.
Or piss test.
And I'm like, damn, what I'm going to do? Like, I didn't even know how. It had to come all together. Like, damn, I'm waiting. Because my alarm set to when I got to go see him. Because I don't want to get booked. So my alarm set, I know I got to take this yarn. Like, he right. You absolutely right, man. You absolutely right.
And then my thing is,
off some people.
Like, I'm so programmed, right? You know, in the feds, you know, if you get police contact, I don't care what it is, a pull-over, regular traffic stop, you know, a light out in the back.
Yeah.
I got to call my probation over. I was pulled over by police, you know, my tail light was out. All right, Mr. Jackson.
So that is true. I'm a couple of my homies said
that.
Yes,
I'm talking about, but they already know already. Every time your name get ran, it pops up on their database. I'm talking about they just sit back and see if you're going to tell them. And if you don't, it could be an issue. So now I got to break out of that habit now. Then when I finally get off of probation, you know what I'm saying? In 5 months,
I might get pulled over and I'll be automatically called. I'm like, damn, I ain't even on probation.
Yeah, I ain't even, yeah.
Like the same way it took me a long time to take a shower without no damn shower shoes on.
Yeah.
Because it's like a way of living for me now. I got to go in here. I got my time. I can go to the bathroom butt naked in my own career, my own spot.
Yeah.
But I'm in there garbing up like I'm walking the range to the shop.
Yeah.
These are mental things that we got to deal with. I don't know if you probably still deal with them or not, but
No,
I deal with them on an everyday basis. Like
I was.
You know, I sat in that place for 21 years straight and then went back and gave them people 18 more months for a violation. So it's like, okay, cool. You know, I know what I got to do because everything I was doing before that didn't work. I argue with my brother every day.
Yeah, we argue all the time.
I'm talking about every day, like his point of views be logic. They be sound to me.
Yeah.
But I have to adapt. I have to get that in my heart.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I look at his ways and I see him, okay, everything. Man, the man was one of the best hustlers in the street that I know. I'm talking about the haram, the selling crack and all that, where we came from, that I know. Left it alone, went cold turkey. I ain't talking about cold turkey off of taking drugs, off of moving it at an alarming rate.
Yeah.
Stepped on his mother floor with his kids. I'm talking about went through the cutting meat at a meat factory shop, as my man would like to say, to grind him up. You know what I'm saying? In progress from that, steps. And I be sitting back like, how you? And you know you good at breaking law.
Yeah.
You know you could go out there right now and make it happen within the first 2 weeks you out there. And for you to leave that alone and totally flip the script is unbelievable to me, man. When I sit, but not just him, it's a lot of people in these walks of life that do it. Like you.
Yeah.
You the same way.
Yeah.
You understand? So we get this message out here to not go to prison. Like, it's easy for us to sit up here and tell these stories, but it got to start with the individual. You got to want it. Like, I want it now. Yeah. I'm tired of, like, when I hear cops shooting past outside, I look out the window seat. I be like, I'm so glad I ain't on that end of it no more. Yeah. I'm talking about hiding in bushes. I'm calling, yo, they rolled past 2 times, come back, spin around the block, pick me. That is a bad way to live. And I lived like that all my life.
And it's funny you said that part, because like even with down to being on paper, like what he just said about the PO, like it was like that with missing court dates. Like, you know, a bench warrant is on the tip. I'm back on the run again. You see, and I've run across a couple homies now. I'm back on the run again. Just that feeling. That's a goofy way of living, man. And it's like when you get into like having because I even had to look at that part, like having a family and having kids, depending on like any time now for me is a no-no. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do a month. I don't want to do a year. I don't want to do a second. I don't want to do a second. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know at the end of the day, I got so much stuff attached to me, and mainly the first thing being my family, that they depend on me. You feel what I'm saying? And I try to think about that all the time. Like one of the first cellies I had, no lie, he told me who his dad was, the dude that everybody loved and respect. But this young boy that I had, he hated his pop. And I said, man, why you hate your pop, man? Your pop. And this, I was still thinking like this from some streets. I'm like, your pop was that boy? He said, he was that boy to y'all, but we ain't never had nothing. I struggled my whole life. I ain't never had nothing. I ain't go to no private schools. I ain't come up like that. My mom struggled my whole life. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? But he that to y'all. Y'all get all them stories. I hear that from all the old heads. You know what I mean? That love him. He said, but we ain't never had nothing. And that was a part that really like turned my voice on a little bit too. Cause that always stuck with me. Like, damn, I'm everything to this corner in these streets. What am I to my kids though? What am I to my wife? What am I to my mom? What am I to my little brother? My little brother in the feds now. I still blame myself. Cause I felt like I left him in the most pivotal times of my life. I felt like my little brother needed my guidance. And I feel like I was selfish. I was focused on myself. And I didn't pay my little brother no attention at all. And I just let him swim on his own. When I knew I had some tools I could have gave him, but I was so focused on me. But like your brother said, I wasn't receptive to what the people was giving me yet. So I wasn't even in position to give it to him because I wasn't ready to accept it from those people yet. I still wanted to do my own thing. So what I'm gonna give my little, and when we had these conversations, I tell him that now. But years ago, I wouldn't have been able to tell him that. I would have been, look, all right, bet we're going to get this lawyer. I'm going to go out here, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, and that's how we're going to do it, and boom, boom, boom. But it's like, no, when you come out of that and you really sit back and you think about it and you look at the lie that we know is really there, bro, it's a lie. All of it is one big lie, for real. And then by the time we wake, it's like we sleep. And by the time we wake up and our whole life passed, because all of us 40 plus, when you start pushing 40 plus and you starting to get into 50, now you on that, not to say mentally, but physically you on that downward spiral.
The grave is the grave is next. It's right there.
You feel it's right there, bro.
That's all that's coming.
This where the health problems start kicking in. So you got this little window, this small little window of trying to go out the right way, trying to do things right, trying to live right, trying to eat right, trying to make sure your family is taken care of. Because them golden years, you never getting them Jones back.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? You never getting them Jones. So that's why I be so adamant. That's why I get up. People be like, oh man, you be up every day. Yeah, because I don't got time. I gave the system all that time. I played around in these streets for all them years. Them golden years, I played around in the streets. I don't got time to play no more. So I gotta constantly be on it. Because like he said, if I could change one of y'all, that's changing 1,000 of y'all.
Exactly.
Y'all mean y'all gonna change lives with y'all platform, bro. Because y'all chose to go the right way. Y'all ain't choose to go the opposite way and just make it messy and just go about what's popping. You feel y'all ain't go that way, bro. The stories that y'all getting from people that been in these places, bro, that got these messages, bro, they're gonna touch people because people are gonna watch and be like, yo, I know exactly what them bulls talking about, man. I remember. I know exactly. It's something they can relate to, and it's gonna, bro, I'm telling you, bro, I watch y'all stuff. It's gonna deter certain people. It's gonna deter them and say, you know what, just off of them stories, I ain't going up there.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Tales from the Jail. I have a special announcement to make. We have partnered with the company TNS Licensing and Consulting. For those of you out there who have an associate degree, a bachelor's degree, or a master's degree, and you're looking to work in a field where as though you can make over $100K a year. Yeah, I said it, $100K a year. The business is working in the medical field. If you're really serious and you have these degrees and you want to put them to use, you might have went to school, you have all this debt from going to college and you're now working somewhere where you're not sure, what you want to do in your life, or you're working somewhere in which you didn't go to school, you're working somewhere where you don't want to be. We have something for you where you can make over $100K a year. And it's going to be in a field in which you get to deal with those who have mental disabilities. If you're serious and you want to get on track, get your life in order, pay off your debt, contact us, 267-982-0342. That's 267-982-0342. The number's right here. You see the number right here. Reach out to us. Call today. And
I ain't going up there.
Another thing, like people look at it, like at me and him, we, like you said, we beef all the time, but it's positive beef. Sometimes I see his points, sometimes he see mine. But this is just who we are. We're not faking and not changing. This is who we are. On this platform, this is who we are. This is we talk, we argue, you know what I'm saying? He might get mad at me, I get mad at him, but ultimately we had one goal, one common goal. You know what I'm saying? And that's to bring unity, spread the awareness, and stay free and just build something and take care of our family. That's it, man. And we not out here, I'm not trying to outdo him, he's not trying to outdo me. We just trying to spread a positive situation and also bring a different element to it, and we not, like you said, not trying to be catty up here, talking about somebody else's business, what they got going on, spreading these rumors and talking about, I just heard this in the news today. No, I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing none of that, man. And I'm glad you came up here because you have an effect on the streets, a crazy presence in the streets, man.
Yes, you do.
And people, like you see, talk about us. People are actually watching what you do too, bro. Because I'm one of them. I'm watching what you. I'm checking. I'm watching you myself. So I see what you're doing, and like I said, I tried to get you up here before because I see you trying to spread a positive message. I saw you in the hood. You was outside one time around a bunch of young boys outside. They was doing something, and it's at night. I'm like, dang. Man, they can pop off with these with the youngins, but I see you out there doing it. And I respect that.
Yeah, I'll grip. I don't be caring, bro. Some of my homies be like, man, you tripping. You was up. Bro, I don't be coming like that, bro. I'm on the train, man. And these young boys they take this Lady Jack. They snatch her phone, hop off the train. We on 40th Street. I hop off. I ain't even chase them. I just walk down. Yo, why y'all take them? And they strapping. Oh, hey, what's up with you? But the boy who was like the leader was like, oh, that's the boy that be trying to save us on. And this was his exact words. This the boy that be trying to save us on Instagram. What's up, old head? I said, yo, imagine if somebody took your mom phone, snatched your mom phone. Y'all be down 40th Street ready to kill somebody, bro. That wasn't cool. That's all I ain't trying to be no cop. I ain't trying to tell y'all what's right, what's wrong. I'm just trying to tell you to look at something in this perspective, bro. Why would you snatch somebody's phone? A mom, snatch her phone, hop off the train, and then y'all strapped. You feel on the train, and like, you like, oh, I see, but she called us a name. She said something smart. Regardless, bro, that's somebody's mom.
And it's a
You
woman.
wouldn't be trying to hear it if it was your mom and she told you the same thing. He tapped this man. He said, gave him the phone. I said, no, I mean, she probably gone. He was like, he still told his man, gave him the phone, bro. And he gave me the jack. I just went and gave it to the scepter person. Like, yeah, man, you know what I mean? But it's little situations like that where people will be like, bro, mind your business. Now, I'm not Superman. I'm not running around.
Trying to take a bullet for
I'm not doing none of that. I want that to be clear.
Yeah.
But if I'm somewhere in a situation and I could talk to him in any way, shape, or form, because what I had to learn is where I seen a couple people go wrong is that blame game. I don't blame them, bro. I had to take accountability for myself and realize that at the end of the day, I felt I don't say we. I don't blame my homies because everybody got different situations. I take accountability for what I did wrong. I failed my neighborhood. I failed the younger dudes in my neighborhood. I should have been on point in seeing that it was a generation coming behind me and they're watching me. They're watching how I move. They're watching how I talk. They watching the things we do. And I'm saying that because think about maybe the era before us. I'm 42, so the era before us in the 50s, and we talking about blocks and neighborhoods where you was sitting on such and such step. You didn't smoke weed on her step. You didn't pour out trash. Just how people ran blocks. Mm-hmm. It was certain things that they didn't allow, and you seen that, and we adopted that. When we got in the streets, even though it was wrong, you felt when I was in the streets and I ran a neighborhood, it was certain things that I took from the people that was before me that I knew was disrespectful. I'm not letting nobody mess with no females. I'm not letting nobody disrespect nobody. It was certain things that I kept away because I learned from those other people. Sometimes when we had them tools and we don't give them back and we just hold the tools on us, sometimes the generation coming behind them could be worse. And at the end of the day, it's a result of what we didn't give them. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of the men, like he said, 21 years, I've been in there all my life. A lot of other men, a lot of the men, the masculine, serious men have been locked up for years. You take all the men out of the community and you place it out here, what's going on, people not caring, young boys raising themselves, you're going to get chaos, man. You're going to get chaos, and they will listen. It's about the way we willing to talk to them. Are we going to, it's y'all the reason, y'all don't respect nobody, young boys, your fault. You ain't going to, and now you on his radar.
You might get shot.
Yeah, now you on his radar. You feel what I'm saying?
And that's what I was talking about earlier, man. You got to embrace these young boys, man. You got to find a way to embrace them, man. That doesn't mean you got to hang with them in these spots and hanging out. But just when you see them, man, you see somebody, man, you never know. Just talk to them, man. Don't run from them. Talk to them. Hey, what's going on with you? How you feeling today, man? You know, a different approach. And a lot of times, young boys be looking for that. They looking for that. So
and they'll give it to you, bro. They'll give it to you. And when you really build a relationship with, because I answer my phone, bro. My personal number is on social media, bro. These dudes be calling me sometimes, 12 at night, 2:30 in the morning. Oh, hey, I'm ready to crash out, man. My girl just did. Hold up. I go outside, sit on the porch real quick. Yo, go ahead, walk me through it real quick. What's going on? They run it down. All right, look, man, it's the only advice I can give you. Don't go to jail, man. Don't go out that way. But the only reason why I did that, and I get slack for that too from people, and you tripping or whatever, get another phone, and I do. But I feel like because sometimes I look at it when I was coming up of having somebody outside of my family member to talk to. You feel it's like a sort of therapy. Like, and in my personal opinion, we all need it. And I don't, and not the times like. Sometimes it don't even gotta be from a professional therapist. From what he just told me, you his therapist. You feel because you balance him out.
He my therapist too.
And y'all both for each other. That's what I'm saying. So at both times, y'all could be both for each other therapists because at the end of the day, it might be outside of his circle. It might be outside of your circle. Y'all each other therapists. And I feel like that's what we need, man. We need people to balance us out, whether it's a man or whether it's a woman. You need that balance because a lot of the times we might think what we doing is right or what we saying is right until we get the rebuttal of it, like what he just said to you. You feel it like he said, it'll be split. That's reality because there's a lot of people that drink every day, and to them, they functional. Man, they ain't about to tell me I can't drink. Man, I go to work every day. I make $100,000 a year. My car nice, my house nice. I drink when I get off. every weekend. You ain't gonna sit here and everything. And they will argue, like he just said, they will argue you to death and tell you you're not gonna sit here and tell me that drinking causes destruction when I own my house, I live in the county, I work every day. You understand?
But not to cut you off, but it's harmful.
It is.
But you have functional people that do it. Like a lot of them. Half this world is off that comma, and that's an Arabic word for the drink.
Yeah.
And I don't want to keep getting back to that. It's just that I don't want to basic like, yo, that's bad. It's bad. But people gonna be like, whoa. You got functional people that's wealthy, well off, doing their thing, and take them a sip. You know
duty.
You know that's like how we might look at I look at homosexuality is something that I won't deal with. I'm not bashing it.
Yeah.
I won't bring it around my kids. But you have functional same couples.
Yeah.
You two dudes and they husband and they raising little boy and they got big, like, all right, cool, but it's bad. But
that's what I'm saying. So that's what I was saying. So that's a good example, because you're not gonna promote that on your platform.
Yeah, no, not at all, not at all.
It's like, but the thing is, ultimately, is just we have to find a way to be unified in business,
Facts.
unified in teaching and learning, and unified in the community. The schools, and however we can come together to provide an outlet for people, and even the adults. We gotta be unified, and sharing, our options we have. Like if I got a clothing line, if I have a manufacturer, I gotta be this person got a business. Help that person get to the next level if you can. Put them in position.
And I'm glad you said unified. Not to even cut you off, but what you just said about that unified part, like. I turned down a lot of podcasts because of that. Where anything, I'm one of them people. I'm so serious when it come to this versus us building our city. If I even see somebody talking about somebody on a podcast, I'm not even for it. I ain't with it. You feel, because me knowing what we come from, this is what I try to tell people all the time. The reason why I take that serious is because some way, somehow, all of us is tied to the streets. It always end up bad. And the person that's doing the interview, he looking for the viral moment. He looking for that content, whatever. Exactly. But if you giving that person a voice to talk about people and talk about their families and you're still the center of the mess. You're still the center of it. So if you're allowing it, that means you want it. You understand? That means you want whatever comes with that. And I don't want to be a part of that. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm not going to be a part of that.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a part of that.
I don't want.
Yeah, I'm
that's
not.
It.
Yeah, that's it. I ain't being a part of that.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
And like I said, I pay attention to what you're doing on social media, right? And I think the first time I met you was the other day, like first face to face, really met you face to face. And this made me really like mess with you even more. When I seen you, right, and the embrace that we did when we saw each other at the Boots joint, it felt like I met you 1,000 times before. Now seriously, you was in there screaming, tell us from the jail.
Yeah.
And it's like, it felt like, it was like, I mean, like we came together. I seen you from the hall. We walking into each other, and it was like we was like brothers. Like I knew you for a long time. Yeah. And that made me like that. Like, like that's why I say, like, yo, we doing something. This, like, ain't no excuse.
I ain't gonna hold you, man. Like, just to see it, like, I was happy to see it. Like, when I seen it, I don't know y'all from a can of spray paint, but I was just happy to see it, and just like, cause just the name alone caught me. You feel what I'm saying? Like the name alone caught me. Like, it just caught me, because I'm like, I've been in jail my whole life. I need to see this. They got the tells from the jail. So, and then the flip side of it, of what y'all did it, is what made it even more better. Cause this ain't about to be the glorifying it. No. This about, you understand? We ain't about the glory. We going for the message. So I'm like, oh yeah, this is it. So I know what it's going. I already know what this joint going. I already know what it's going to do for y'all, and what it's going to do for the lives of people that's going to be tuned in. They going to have this stuff. Y'all going to get in the schools. Y'all going to be able to get in the jails. Y'all going to do so much stuff with Tales from the Jails.
And you going to be right with us if you can, man.
You feel what I'm saying? No, bro, I ain't never like
whatever you doing, we did too, man.
I love it, man. I can't wait till y'all go live. I mean, I definitely want to see y'all at a live. Y'all definitely need a live.
We go live every day.
No, I ain't talking about that kind of live. I'm talking about audience when y'all take it on the road.
Oh wow, yeah.
When y'all take it on the road with the crowd, and y'all engaging with the crowd. I mean, when y'all get to that, when y'all decide to do that, because y'all just like I tell him, like with the stories, like y'all balance each other well, man. Y'all got a good balance with each other, man, because it's like what he just said, that's what men do. That's like extinct. You feel what I'm saying? Like it is extinct, bro. Like that's what people don't understand. That statement right there alone, that's what men do. A lot of people out here don't know what men, because there's no representation of what men do. You feel what I'm saying? I told my homie, I said, before I beef or have a situation with somebody on the internet, I feel like this Philly, anybody can get anybody on the phone. You feel, so all that just taking things to the end. No, we can get anybody on the phone. I come from the men that where we gonna have a face-to-face. Whatever happens, but we face-to-face. We ain't about to get on that, yeah, I don't like this boy because he did this. Tales from the jails wouldn't let me come up there because we not doing that, man, because once you really meet the person face-to-face and you find out it was really a hater that started something between you, once you find out the real story, it don't even have nothing to do with the men. It has something to do with the other people that just be in the background and they be wanting to see the men go through it, because that's where it really comes down to. They be wanting to see real men don't operate. Real men address each other. Like y'all said, y'all brothers, y'all going to bump heads. No brothers out here that, I mean, unless they faking it, that they 100% cool. They don't have different opinions on stuff. But at the end of the day, we still brothers. Whether we disagree or agree, we still brothers. I respect your opinion. You respect mine. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all represent that. Y'all represent that well, man. Y'all represent that well for the city of Philadelphia and these young guys.
No egos. There's no egos. No, if he winning, I'm winning.
Yeah.
I tell him all the time. I said, because I always say all the time. I say, you never know where you're gonna be, or who gonna be up when at the end of when. Like I was telling him, it's a possibility. I may have $10 more than you right now, but it may be a time you may have $100 more than me. We never know where that can lead to. So for me, I like try to stay grounded, and I always explain that you just never know. You never know where you're gonna end up at the end of the day, and what position you're gonna be in. You can be on top, or you're gonna be on the bottom one. You never know. So you gotta treat everybody with respect and show everybody the love.
Yeah.
When you see them, man, out and about, man. Now, once again, I want to ask you a question. What's your ultimate goal though behind what you're doing? What's your ultimate, whatever it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. What's your ultimate goal behind what you do?
That's the main one. So my ultimate goal, really, outside of building people up, like my ultimate goal is eventually for me just to have a hub, a center where the youth could come, and it could be stuff like this, podcasting, basketball, boxing. I really want something where as though they could come and they could be themselves, and everybody that's there really care about them. Ain't no politics. And everybody that's there is there because they want to be there. They not tied to no money. They not tied to no status. They not tied to nothing outside of just caring about kids, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And showing the bigger people that at the end of the day, it's a lot of smaller people on the bottom that really care. And the reason I got like that is because I seen it in the nonprofit world. I seen people in these neighborhoods that been taking care of these neighborhoods for 25, 30 years, and nobody talk about them. Nobody says anything. And I done been in Germantown, North, South, West, West. I'm finding people that been feeding people 30 years, been taking care, and it's like, don't nobody even know who they is. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, if they just had some push, if they just had some help and you shine the light. That's why I'm so big on showing people, because it's like, if somebody out of my 75,000 people could see you, that young boy that I posted on 33rd and Ridge that was selling waters, he was 11 years old. I got out, I jumped out, interviewed him, bro. He had 4,500 the next day. His dad called me back on the phone crying.
Wow.
He had 4,500 in his son. It broke the Cash App, bro. That's how many people were sending him money. And it gave his son the hypeness to want to go get more waters and get more waters and get more waters and get more waters. So that's the type of stuff that get me hyper and to keep getting up. Like, hey man, maybe that restaurant, we all know the big restaurants, but so-and-so, She been selling platters for 20 years. If I go show her platters, you feel, and I got 75,000 followers, and I go show her platters, maybe this will help her get a restaurant. Now multiply that. If I got 70 million followers, she getting a restaurant tomorrow.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's my main thing, man, to just show the city and the greatness, man, and guys like y'all, man, that just came out here and flipped the script. You know what I mean? And to be able to help people out. That's my ultimate goal.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. So, everybody know who you are, but where can people find you at, man, who don't know? People might be watching this somewhere.
There's a lot of people who know who he is.
Yeah, for sure.
Motivate Youth 215. I always tell people you can find me in the streets somewhere in Philadelphia, man.
And the theater near you.
And the theater near you, somewhere in Philadelphia, man. Tells from the Gels, man. I appreciate y'all brothers, man. Thank you for having me. My platform is y'all platform, man.
For sure. Same here, vice versa.
Any line I get, I'm throwing them y'all way.
Let me ask you about the fight that we attended this
Yeah.
Saturday. Was you entertained by that?
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm not
That's-
saying
yeah.
it like boots. That's a great win.
Yeah.
Stop padding your stats. And let's get to some bigger competition. And if you is gonna fight the little dudes, look, give us a round or two, man.
Yeah, I want him to rumble some.
Give us a round
because
or
I'm gonna
two,
tell you when something, yeah, stretch it out. Because when
Yeah.
something happen like that, we waiting for the main fight.
Yeah,
We don't make to get to the main fight and it's over in 2 minutes. Like we
2
waiting.
minutes,
But
42
listen though,
seconds.
he got to fight who's in front of him, and they know what they say. If he don't belong in there with you, get him out of there.
And he got him out.
He got him out of there.
He got him out of
definitely
there.
got him out of there. He got him out of there. I ain't gonna even hold you. He got him
I'm sitting
out
there
of there.
like this. This is the first time I ever, was like probably the second time my brother ever fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't really like coming out.
Yeah.
I'm used to being locked in.
Locked in.
So now I got like PTSD with all the
people, the crowd.
Oh my goodness, that was man. Again, we don't promote drinking and nothing, but I had to, just to calm my nerves.
calm my
and I'm
nerves.
like, this is overwhelmed. Like this is like that remind me of prison yard.
No, I feel that's how I was
Like,
the
I'm
first
sitting
time.
there, people
It's a lot of
behind me,
people.
I'm like,
yeah,
whoa,
it's a lot of people.
It's just too much going on at one time.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
it's too much.
Man.
It's too much. Yeah.
And I got to start getting out more and seeing the people because it's people that want to be introduced to me. It's people that want to actually hear me talk in person and tell them
Facts,
what I
bro.
got on my mind.
Facts.
So,
Facts.
I want to thank everybody that came up that day to all of us, man, and showed y'all appreciation, man. We love y'all. And we got nothing but heat for y'all.
Because they knew who y'all was. I seen the girl behind me was, Tells from the Gels. The women, they watching. They watching as well.
The women.
You
The women.
feel
Shout
what
out
I'm
to the
saying?
women, man.
Yeah,
we love
the
y'all,
women, they
man.
watching as well, man.
Yeah. So anything else you want to add before you go?
No, man, just make sure y'all tune in. Tells from the Gels. They just scratching the surface, man. They ain't even heat up yet. You know what I mean? They done had some of the biggest up here already. And it's just pure love, man. It's just pure honor what these brothers is doing. Make sure y'all tap into them. Make sure y'all follow them, man. Tells from the Gels,
And
man.
make sure y'all tap into Thursday at 6 o'clock. Bernard Hopkins' exclusive interview is out. Out.
Be hot.
Out. And he telling you about the story.
Yeah, be hot.
Legendary.
Be hot.
Infamous.
I met his trainer upgraded for it. I met his trainer. I met the trainer. It's another story people don't talk about, man.
And B Hop gave the whole story.
Yeah.
He ain't hold back at all.
Yeah. That's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Yeah. So once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Tales from the Gels. As you know, you can follow us on Instagram at Tales from the Gels. Also, you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and other podcast platforms. We are available to listen to us if you can't catch us on Thursdays. And also, don't forget that we go live every day. We have a live show every day. So we appreciate the support and thank you for tuning in. It's Tales from the Gels. We out.